If you're looking for a power strip with a lot of outlets, this 6-foot power strip tower is probably going to catch your attention. It gives you 12 AC outlets, plus 4 USB ports, and the tower design is meant to make it easier to plug in larger adapters without blocking the outlets next to them. So, is it actually worth buying? Let's start with what I like about it. The biggest advantage is the outlet layout. On a traditional power strip, you can plug in 1 or 2 bulky laptop or power adapters, and suddenly you've lost several outlets. With this tower design, the outlets are spaced around the unit, so you have considerably more flexibility. That's especially useful if you're setting up a desk with multiple monitors, computers, speakers, chargers, and other accessories. The 4 USB ports are another nice convenience. You don't need to use a separate wall charger for every phone or small device. Just keep in mind that USB charging performance depends on the specific version of the product, so I wouldn't automatically assume these ports can replace a high-powered USB-C charger for a laptop. I also like the vertical design. It takes up relatively little floor or desk space for something with this many connections, and it can help keep a bunch of cables in one general location. The 6-foot cord is another practical feature. For a desk or bedside setup, that should give you some flexibility, although 6 feet obviously isn't going to be enough for every room or furniture arrangement. Now, there are a few things I'd be more cautious about. First, having 12 outlets doesn't mean you should load all 12 with high-power appliances. This is much more appealing for electronics and chargers than for things like heaters or other high-wattage appliances. You still have to stay within the strip's rated electrical capacity. Second, I'd pay close attention to the exact specifications of the model you're buying. There are several very similar-looking power strip towers sold under different names, and their USB capabilities and safety specifications aren't necessarily identical. That's particularly important because a surge protector is one product where I'd rather see clear, credible safety certification than simply rely on a high Amazon rating. There are also some reports of units eventually failing after extended use. That's not necessarily unusual for an inexpensive power strip. And there are also long-term users who have had good experiences, but I wouldn't treat this as something that's guaranteed to last forever. And finally, once you start filling every outlet, the tower can still get pretty crowded. The spacing helps with bulky plugs, but 12 plugs and a bunch of cables is still 12 plugs and a bunch of cables. So, who is this actually for? If you're building a home office, gaming setup, entertainment center, or charging station, and you regularly find yourself running out of outlets, I think the design makes a lot of sense. If you're mainly looking for something to power high-wattage appliances, or you need the highest level of protection for very expensive or mission-critical equipment, I'd look at more specialized options. Overall, I think the appeal here is really about convenience, rather than some revolutionary technology. You get a lot of outlets, useful spacing, 4 USB ports, and a relatively compact tower design. Those are genuinely useful features, but I wouldn't buy it solely because it says 12 outlets and surge protection on the box. I'd check the exact model's electrical rating, USB output, warranty, and safety certification first. If those specifications check out, and your goal is simply to organize a bunch of everyday electronics in one place, then yes, this looks like a reasonably practical option. Just don't confuse a high outlet count with unlimited power capacity. And don't assume every similarly named tower has identical specifications. That's probably the most important thing to know before you buy.